Then after I found those, I was very happy, paid for my items, and went and looked at some more stuff. I'm usually in the tip shop for around an hour, so it's a long time to be looking for stuff. And I scoured the VHS collection and found a few things that I want for only 20 cents each. I found Blackadder Back and Forth. I've been looking for this one. It was a video special where Blackadder went back in time and visited a bunch of his ancestors. It's quite good. The things that I'm sending to Grubgun: Spice Girls, Girl Power, live in Istanbul. Don't know why he likes that Spice Girls stuff. The Rock, Know Your Role. I had this when I was younger. It's like a documentary for The Rock, and it's very interesting. And Fast Break, The Fundamentals of Championship Basketball. Very cool. So those were 20 cents each, and I was happy to get them. And then while I was on my way home, I went to a cash converters. And they only had one thing I was interested in, but what a thing. I've never seen this item before. It's for the PlayStation 2. And the guy at the counter told me that it was a pricey and hard to find game, and you know, I'll take your word for it, mate. But when I got home, out of curiosity, I decided to look it up. Apparently it was never even released in Australia, so someone might have imported this when it came out. It is Leisure Suit Larry Leisure Suit Larry Magna Cum Laude uncut. And that was very cool to find. Apparently it was banned from Australian shores, so it might be illegal to own this. Who knows? That was $3. Very good find. I'm sure I will never play it, but it's cool to have in the collection. And then that was everything up until this past weekend, in which I went garage sailing. It was the Saturday before I got all of those PlayStation 3 games for cheap, so just the day before, and I found a bunch of great stuff. I went out on what is known as the Garage Sale Trail, which is a huge garage sale thing all over Australia, where if you're going to have a garage sale, you have it on this day because it's when everyone goes out garage sailing. And it's held just before summer, so like October. And I scored pretty well. I scored big at 2 places. I bought a bunch of little items, which, yeah, I'll show you them as well. But the first place that I actually scored big was at this lady's garage sale. She was with her kids, and she was selling like light-up t-shirts or something for $10 each, which I'm not into. I didn't really think I'd find anything in there, but just on the off chance I asked, hey, do you have any video games you'd be interested in selling? And she said, yeah, I have a couple of DS's. And she brought out this bag, which had 2 DS's, their chargers, and a bunch of games, and she wanted $25 for all of it. I said, will you take $20 for it without the games, because they're kind of childish, you know. And if you had seen the games, you wouldn't have paid $5 extra for them. They're like Imagine Pets, monkeys, crap like that. But I ended up getting 2 DS Lites for the cost of $20 total. Both of them power on, and both of them read games, which I have tested and can confirm. We have a pink one, which is lovely, and a white one, which is lovely. Probably won't keep them for myself. If anybody's looking for a DS Lite, I'm your hookup, otherwise they'll go on eBay. It came with the instruction booklet for them. I'll throw them in, as well as a car charger and a regular charger. So For $20 total, I didn't think that was too bad. I thought that was actually a very good deal. And then at the next place, like it was later on in the day, we had gone out garage sailing, found a few items. The next place I found stuff, actually it was the first place. It was the very first place and I found stuff, just 2 DVDs. Kermit's Swamp Adventures for $1, and The Smurfs Complete Season 7 for, I believe it says $5, but she gave it to me for $4, so $5 total. Oh, that guy's brand new, The Smurfs. So very good. And after that we went to a few more. Didn't find a whole lot. My mum was finding a ton of stuff. She had listed down a few garage sales online where they had specifically toys because she's looking for them for charity reasons. You know, she does a lot of charity work, so she was finding a bunch of stuff. She probably did better than I did overall. And at one of the garage sales, which was in a really ritzy neighborhood, very cool to be in the area. Very nice house, very nice people. My mum bought a bunch of toys, and they had a box of coconuts, because they had a coconut tree. And I asked, hey, what are these? Because I didn't actually know what they were with all of the skin on them. I'm just used to, like, the perfect spherical coconut. And she said, they're coconuts, but they have the skin on them. I'm like, oh, cool. And she just gave me one of them after I asked if it was edible. So I thought that was very cool. Yeah, I got a free coconut out of it. Me and my brother smashed it open, drilled into it, had ourselves a good drink. Coconut juice tastes awful, by the way, but it's the fun of getting into it. It's an adventure. But after that, we went home, after going to a few more places and me striking out, my mother not striking out. She found toys basically wherever she went, which is good for her, good for the charities. And alright, we went home, and then I looked up a few more garage sales because she wanted to go out again, and I found one specific one in the, where was it? Don't remember exactly where it was, but you have to pass by it to get into Brisbane City, so it's not the most expensive neighborhood. It's a poorer area, I guess you would call it. But these poor bastards had some great stuff. And it was a guy set up with his 3 kids. 2 of them we thought were adopted because they were Asian and he was white. Like, they were full Asian, he was just white. And then his other son was just full white, so who knows what was going on there. Not my business to pry. But I walked into the garage sale not really expecting anything, and I found a bunch of stuff. First thing I saw were some DS games. I asked how much they were. There were people already crowded around them, but they were looking at mobile phones, which were next to them. And the guy said, $5 each if you want them. And so I had my pick of the litter, and I picked out the ones I wanted, and I grabbed Super Mario 64 DS. Complete, I believe. I don't know, did DS games from 2005 come with the loyalty cards? No idea. A copy of Pokemon Pearl, also very cool to get. A copy of Final Fantasy XII, Revenant Wings. Let's see if my list actually got caught there. I've played this one actually, it's decent. And Professor Layton and the Curious Village, which is a case upgrade for me. I already have this game. And I'll probably sell all of those. Recoup a little bit of the money I spent. And there's nothing wrong with that. Beside them, in the same kind of basket, were some Game Boy Advance games. They're all fakes, but they had a few that I was actually looking for, including Disney's Magical Quest 2, starring Mickey and Minnie. This is part of the Magical Quest series. That was originally on the Super Nintendo, so cool to get it on the Game Boy Advance. I hate these. I hate the little cases these come in sometimes. They're impossible to open. Super Mario Super Circuit, which is... Actually, this one's not a fake. it's legitimate, so very cool. I already have this complete in box, so it'll probably be going online. And then, fuck it. Garfield subtitle name. And I asked how much he wanted for these, and I said they're a little bit older, and he said $1 each if you want them. So once again, very happy to get those. And then his actual son, who was high school years, not at my age yet, but still in high school. He had some PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games, very used, but not abused, as Sandom Todd says. They were the kind of games where you could tell he had played them a lot, and I had a little chat with him, saying, "Oh, which one's your favorite?" And he pointed out his favorite, saying, and then he said, "But I finished all of them. I used to finish a game, then buy a new one." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." I could never do that. Can you imagine if I finished every game I bought? There's not enough time in a lifetime. But he had some PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games, decent titles too. Like, not just sports titles, you could tell these hadn't been picked through at all. And some of them had individual prices on them, but he said $2 each. And I ended up grabbing, for the PlayStation 1, Team Buddies. Not heard a lot about this game, so not exactly sure what it is. It's complete. Where can I put this? Here. One that I've been looking for the collection and to play, Star Wars Dark Forces. It seems whenever I find this game, it's always the wrong disc. Like, I've found multiple copies of this that have Gran Turismo 2 or something in it like that. And this is the first time I've found a complete copy with the actual bloody disc in it. And it's complete. Very good condition, this one. Apart from some scuffing on the front, which I can clean up. And then 2 PlayStation 2 games, both of the discs, very used, but they'll work. They are Digimon Rumble Arena 2. Don't know a whole lot about the Digimon franchise, unfortunately. I know it's a cartoon show or something. Like, I used to watch the cartoon, but apart from that, I don't know. I think they started off as, like, Tamagotchi-like creatures. Is that how they started? Like, you'd get them on, like, a small handheld, and you'd raise them and breed them? Don't remember. But there are a bunch of games in it. It has a bunch of games. The Digimon franchise, and they're all rather expensive. So, happy to get that one, and as said, it does have some scratching, but they're going into the collection, so I'm not too fussed. And one that I might already have, I'll have to check. Sly 2 Band of Thieves. Once again complete, but the disc is in not the best shape, unfortunately. And then last thing he had that I was interested in buying were these. SingStar controllers. Tested them out, they work. They were $5, and I should be able to get a good 15 out of them online. So, that's everything. That is absolutely everything. As mentioned, I did complete Alien Isolation, so that is the game I completed this week. Haven't completed any others, haven't really started any others either, so I'll probably start the Evil Within later on. And that's really it. I don't really have anything else to say other than I had a great time with the garage sales. Very fun, got some fantastic deals. The kid ended up doing a bundle deal for all of that stuff, $30 even, which I was very happy with. Some stuff for the collection I can keep, some stuff that I can sell to get a bit of my money back. Very happy. So this is the Seagull of my house, bidding you farewell. Stay out of my op shops, stay out of my flea markets, and stay away from my garage sales.
And that's all, folks.